how do we start this?
How do we always start, bro?
I don't know.
We just start with some Gita wisdom, bro.
So Gita wisdom, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
We have read this plenty, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have.
Some parts I might not remember, but
It's like, it's still the basic same idea, bro. It's like
It's
you
all
don't
the
even
same.
have to read the whole thing.
even halfway through.
It's like, once you've read enough, now it's just a feeling in you that will produce more of
it,
what's in the book in yourself. You don't even have to. Okay, yeah, you have to read it, but yeah, it's so
Well, once you
intuitive.
start
It's
it,
so
yeah.
intuitive. It shifts your mind to a different plane. That
It just flows.
yeah, now
the
it
ideas
now
flow.
you will produce things in the book without you even reading it, and then one day you might get surprised by seeing something in here that you thought yourself.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Well,
So, bro, I had this idea to talk about this thing, bro. You know how, okay, almost everyone is still they live in the happiness sadness plane, bro.
yeah, well, sometimes you're happy, sometimes sad.
Yes. Now I like to think of it as a sine wave, bro. It's exactly like a sine wave. If you have to go up to 1 at pi over 2, it's inevitable that you'll go to -1.
You'll go to -1.
If you live your life in a goodness sadness plane, you have to live it in a sine or cosine wave.
Yeah, it has to
You
be
have
up and
there
down.
has to be maximum minimum. That's like a rule.
It's like a rule.
So yeah, it's clearly a problem, bro, because you can, and the period of the wave is the same, but the goodness thing will last as much as the badness thing will last.
So half your life is good,
pi,
half
pi.
your life is bad.
Yeah, so the only solution is live on the x-axis, bro.
Live on the x-axis.
Peace is greater than happiness sadness combination, and the x-axis is peace. It's being at 0. That's what you want to aim.
So it's a choice to live on that sine wave, yeah?
Yeah, you have to do some reading like this, some philosophy reading, I don't know, Nietzsche or something.
Oh yeah, Nietzsche. Yeah, in the end, it's just about you choosing how you want to view, yeah,
And-
life.
Yeah, and put some thought into some things, bro.
Because at the end, yeah, when you think about it, yeah, if you decide to view everything from the x-axis, the only thing that's moving forward is you moving on the x-axis. Yeah, it's just time moving forward. Whatever else impacts you, just multiplied by 0. Yeah, there's no y value.
Yeah, you discover these things by sitting down like us, bro.
Yeah,
Get some nature, get some wind, sit down in peace.
yeah.
You start to philosophizing about these things. No, I swear, the x-axis, just think about it, bro. You're living on the 0. It's the best spot to live on. Krishna said it clearly. The person who isn't excited by happiness and doesn't get saddened by sad times, that's the ideal man, bro.
Yeah,
That is perfection.
because at the end of it, if you are like in that state of mind where happiness and sadness doesn't affect you as much, you can see the world for what it is.
And you're so happy, bro. You will never feel depressed or anything like that ever, bro.
Yeah,
You'll be in infinite peace, bro.
that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then also, I have this belief that the knowledge of any religion, as long as it's kind of liberating and detaching from the universe, you need some religious knowledge such like that. The Gita is like the example of that from Hinduism. And you need a sound understanding of physics, bro.
True.
You
That is
do
true.
need it.
That is
Like,
true.
if you have access to any form of learning advanced intellectual physics, try it. You should. It'll put you in some different type of perspective. So for me, the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita and coupled with physics, I'm having the time of my life, bro.
Yeah, because again, like in all fields of education, yeah, learning things from the starting point and building up from there just ensures that you have the complete understanding of everything. Yeah, so if we put that concept into just us living life itself, yeah, if we can try and find that starting origin point, yeah, in whether be it religion or physics, yeah, the best being
Religion
both
and
of
physics,
them.
bro. You want to couple them.
Yeah, couple them. Yeah,
I saw this reel yesterday. You don't want to be a blind believer. That we have talked about when we haven't been recording.
Yeah.
You don't want to blindly believe some religious notions that clearly don't sound right.
Yeah.
There is no. I'm not giving any specific examples, but that's just for you to think. Those that clearly don't sound right. So you don't need to be a blind believer, but then also don't be a blind doubter.
Yeah.
Accept accept and try to think about everything. Give everything a chance, so that it helps you build up.
Because I think both of those whatevers of being a blind believer and a blind doubter both go hand in hand.
You'll be ignorant.
Yeah.
You'll be ignorant in either case,
yeah.
and it won't be good for you. Instead, you choose what you feed into yourself. Believe good. Okay, like critically evaluate everything you see in religion and in science. Don't be a blind doubter or a blind believer.
Yeah. So like again is just curiosity.
Yeah.
You should.
It's always curiosity. Bro.
You should be able to ask the right questions. Yeah. And for context again, there is no wrong question. Yeah. There's no wrong question.
It's
either
a,
way
it's
you
a subjective universe, bro.
Yeah.
Even though I love objectivity, I can't run away from the subjective nature of the universe. It's all subjective.
Well, then it's true. Then again, like I keep saying again. Yeah. But then yesterday I was talking with Gufran. About like not talking. Was it yesterday or day before? I think it was day before yesterday.
Yeah.
We were he was talking. He had read the particle physics. Yeah. And talking about quarks, bosons, fermions. Yeah. And about how like currently the epitome of physics is just trying to find that simplest form of matter. That initial original form. And even religiously, that's our aim. To find that core being of consciousness. So in the end, whichever field you're going in, your goal as a whole, like as a society or as a group that's working in that field, is to find that, like even if you look at it from like economics perspective, I'm trying to, it's just finding the root of things. You're finding the original point of problems, or even like there's times where you find solutions but you don't know where they came from. It's always all fields, you're just trying to find that where they originate from. And it's kind of cool. Even maths, physics, religion.
I mean, we are so confused about why we're here. We always want the origin of everything, which makes sense, bro. We shouldn't die without answers.
Yeah, true.
It's so weird we're here, bro. I've been also thinking, how I used to say physics is like the top tier thing to always think about. It's like the most complex and advanced thing. Like now I've been starting to think about human consciousness, bro. It's also as perplexing, bro.
It's
human consciousness is so weird. The fact that we are alive, we don't know what happens to us when we die. It's so odd, bro. Human consciousness, neurobiology, I think now it's kind of competes with how fascinating even physics is. It has to. It's so
so interesting. But then again, you were talking. Yesterday you were talking about entropy. And how we are pawns of the universe to increase entropy.
That's what Brian Cox said.
Brian Cox. I still need to watch the video. I'll watch it. But that got me thinking. Again, like the fact that consciousness, now like we can, it's a theory, like that we derive consciousness, we got consciousness just as a fundamental, how do I say it,
just because the universe wanted
just because the universe wanted it to. It's just like it aligns with the needs of the universe. That's why human consciousness and just like living beings exist in general, or at least conscious beings.
And the universe doing all these things, expanding, giving life, that makes you think the universe has life, and that's what I like to call God. God has to be everything. God has to be the universe.
It has to be the
It's
universe.
not a localized thing. It's not localized in any form. It's eternal. God is eternal, infinite. He is the whole universe. Space-time, all the particle physics, particles. He is everything while being nothing at the same time. That's what Krishna was saying in the Gita, wasn't he? I am everything, yet unaffected by anything. You can call me nothing. Zero and infinity, bro. The most complex numbers, 0 and infinity. Maybe both of them are embodiment of God.
With that also, like in mind, what was I gonna say? Wait, I've lost my train of thought.
Just get it back.
What was I thinking about? God, I forgot. like, you know, when you talked about the entropy thing, yeah,
Mm.
I was trying to find like one like scenario where what
Where
humans
we
are doing are not,
decreases entropy, yeah.
not decreases, at least reducing entropy.
No,
Like,
it does happen. Yeah.
but like I was thinking about like from a, not like from a universe standpoint, just like let's localize it to Earth, and think about how like everything is contained in different forms, again, the basic thermodynamics, you can't create or whatever. So I was thinking of entropy as, okay, sour, this is the equilibrium, there's this amount of this amount of this, and us humans are shifting that equilibrium, we're shifting it such that, okay, I mean, it's not an equilibrium in that sense, but like there's more of this now than this. So I was thinking about, like, we all talk about CO2 emissions. It's like, okay, so at a point there was a bunch of CO2 in the air, trees, whatever, absorbed it, fossil fuels, they're now just contained in solid form. That's the CO2, that's the carbon. And like, okay, so we'll stop burning fossil fuels, to protect the environment.
When, bro? We want to do that, but I don't know when the world will realize, bro.
But when?
Okay, we do need an alternative source. We are kind of in a bad situation.
But
we should. I don't think there's enough research being done to help reduce any fossil fuel burning, bro.
As much as you know, that is a pessimistic view. I saw this like reel yesterday. It was about how the Arctic ice sheets, usually they're melting. The past 3 years they've actually had a positive increase. So we are making changes.
We're trying.
We're not as fast as we should be, but we
At
are
least
making
we're trying,
changes. We're trying.
We can be happy. Well, this is definitely a personal belief, but presidents should all be scientists, bro. Brian Cox said this: any political leader that's elected into office, the first thing that should be done to them is put them in a rocket and send them to space. Let them experience space, so that they know what they're dealing with, this minute little Earth compared to the massive universe, so that they have some context. They do a better job, because they will, after expanding their thoughts to help them see, they should be put into rockets, and if they see space, it's likely somehow it makes them perform better.
That reminds me that APJ Abdul Kalam, ISRO scientist, and former president of India. He died doing what he loved. He went into office one day, had a heart attack, boom, gone.
That's the perfect death, bro.
It's just,
what else do you want?
And no one had complaints.
You can't.
And then also I think like Shashi Tharoor is an example of a non-science version of that, such that he's pursued intellect, but not in like a science form, more in like a business, economics, politics standpoint. You pursue the epitome of intellect, and I mean in that field at least, because there is no epitome of intellect. It never ends. But you reach like the top 1 percentile if in intellect, and then you just start debating.
That's the goal of life, bro. There was some quote from a big Stoic or something, I don't know, Nietzsche or Marcus Aurelius. What better purpose of life than chasing the impossible? Even if you don't get it, you chased. You were on that track running. What else do you want? Nothing. You couldn't ask for anything else.
That is true. Well, then there's that. That's that. What else is there to talk about?
There's plenty to talk about, bro. How we I've watched plenty of Brian Cox videos, bro. I had to get ideas from him for this podcast. How we believe we're physically insignificant, which we totally are. The Earth, small little planet orbiting a massive star that can't even be differentiated from the local system. But still, do you realize how special we are? Life, and we evolved into this. Something that can think about quantum mechanics and how time flows around a photon and everything, bro. The fact that we are definitely precious. Humans are precious. Life on Earth is precious. Every person is precious. So we can't call ourselves insignificant because of learning astronomy. If anything, astronomy should tell you you are very special. The fact that life exists here is mad.
It's crazy, like from all metrics, humans are like insignificant. All metrics. Like you think about our mass of all human mass compared to like the mass of Earth. Yeah, we don't make any change. Yeah, but our wisdom, like or the wisdom of those before us, unparalleled. Yeah, there's nothing. I like personally. Again, maybe they're aliens. Yeah, but even then, it's we have to.
We are
applaud.
special, bro. We have to be unique from them in some way. What if we have desirable traits they would want?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, what if we're too good, bro? we are definitely flawed. You can't even say no to that. And it's good. It's critical. It's good criticism. We have flaws, but we're still special as hell. Maybe natural. If it'd be good if natural selection removed some flaws from us, but yeah.
But like I think the more I think about it, like evolutionarily, humans don't have that many flaws. A lot of our, I mean, okay, some things are just weird. Like, but
for me, it's how humans are too emotional, bro. I mean, it's good and all. You want to form friends, family. It's nice and all, but I don't know. If we were a bit less emotional, wouldn't we be happier and conquer the solar system and the Milky Way faster, bro?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Yeah, and from an evolutionary standpoint, everything is just to further the what you call the lineage. Everything.
I've been thinking about this. The genes in you control you more than you. No, humans are different because we have gotten some consciousness. We critically think, but a lizard is controlled by its genes, bro. It has consciousness, but it doesn't think properly, bro. Genes are pushing it to do things. You know how a male lion kills cubs of another male once it's taken over its pride.
It doesn't have emotion.
If it had emotions, it would never do that. Its genes are saying we have to pass on. Fuck the other lion's genes. I want my genes to pass on. The genes are controlling him. It's more like a virus, but that wants good for you. That wants just good for you. Maybe genes are just that, bro. Its genes are so selfish. They only want good for the individual bearing them, and want to pass on. But anyone else should be thought of as competition. And
that's why I'd watched a video like a while back. And it was about like it was like a 3-hour video of like entire human civilization or something. And it reached a point where he said a line that was just stuck. And it's like you are the product of your ancestors' greed. Like I want to survive. Doesn't matter how. I have this much rice. Let's say you're a farmer from like I don't know 20,000 years ago. Like hunter gatherer times. You're a farmer and hunter. And you have your tribe. You will wage war on another tribe just to have more. It's because you're like, okay, if I have more, it'll be better for my future generations to come. In the end, it's all just greed of one person that just leads that even though it is it's a flaw. It's also the reason why we've gotten this far. And
the best Homo sapien must have been competition to the one that had more flaws. Kill him, perhaps, and that's why we exist today.
True.
Genes and biology is weird indeed, bro. Viruses don't even have life. Though that one you can't even say it has consciousness. It's just a particle with DNA, but its DNA is controlling the particle to want to reproduce for no reason. What will the virus do? It will not enjoy anything. The virus, the gene, the DNA in the gene just wants to reproduce.
The end again is just increasing entropy. That's what it's doing.
That's why, bro, we might just be pawns of the universe to help increase the entropy of the universe faster.
Wow, that's crazy,
It's fascinating, bro.
Viruses have no point to exist.
They don't even enjoy it. At least bacteria, they do have some. I don't understand the proper biology behind this, but we've learned in O levels. Viruses are so much unlike life. Bacteria are still very much on the spectrum of life. These ones are just particles. Just DNA wanting to be more copies. It's like a computer virus.
It just wants more of it. It's so malicious.
That's now the universe is doing, bro.
It's so malicious.
And then we say the universe is God, so God controls all this.
It's weird because again, it's malicious. There's no reason other than to it furthers itself for what? It's funny.
It's the entropy, bro. I think it comes down to the second law of thermodynamics. The universe wants to increase its entropy by any means. And that correlates with Krishna so much, you know, the iconic line, the one Oppenheimer said. The original was, I would have to find it to paraphrase it properly, but the original was, now I am time, the ultimate destroyer of worlds. You said, even though humans try to oppose the increase of entropy by organizing things, we made this bench, this one, it's so organized. We can't have any control over it after 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, the elements of nature will destroy this bench. Even though as much as we tighten the bolts, the screws, the elements of the nature will come at it. So we are definitely powerless against the universe and God. As Krishna said, now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. He will end it. He has the most power.
That's true.
The universe will do it at the end of the day. But yeah, so that's why entropy, second law of thermodynamics, Krishna saying that he is time itself, the ultimate destroyer. It correlates so nicely, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, and we came up with this on the spot, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Universe wanting to become disordered, entropy, Krishna saying he's the one who will do it. And we can't stop it. We might oppose it, but for a limited amount of time. We will not stand a chance against the forces of nature.
It also reminds me of that Kosgasat video, that the one where there was like the last thing that will happen on in the universe, and it's just that millions of years where iron is just being compressed into some other element. And once all of those, what was it called, black dwarfs, once all of them have whatever, from white dwarfs to black dwarfs,
but you see,
there's no movement.
That's the point of infinite entropy. You can move something from here to here and it will not look different. That's what entropy is mathematically. We and physicists simplified by saying disorder, but it's more of how can I rearrange an atom in this tree and put it somewhere else and the tree is still identical. So you see, the tree is still very organized, but in the future, when the universe is infinitely, it has infinite entropy. Even if you move a big chunk of hot gas from here to here, it'll look the same. That's why it has infinite entropy.
That also reminds me of how in the New Veritasium video, where they were explaining conservation of different conservations, be it momentum and all, in terms of geometric symmetry. It's like you in a plane, you have a ball here, and there's nothing on the plane, it's empty. You can move the ball from here to here, but there's no plane of reference to show that it's moved. If anything, you'll just say that, oh, it hasn't moved. Someone else who comes later will say it hasn't moved. It's in the same sense that nothing's really changed, which is why it's conserved. So we can think about this infinite entropy as a state where everything is uniform. Everything's conserved such that regardless of what you do, it will be a perfect movement. There is no wastage. I mean, again, wastage itself is a
I watched that
concept.
video. I did not follow it, bro. It started getting mathematically rigorous. The implication of something leads to a ball being reproduced. I did not follow it. I remember it though.
It was all, I was paraphrasing what you're saying. I don't have
That's the fate
complete
of the universe.
understanding.
Okay, but then we come to the point where consciousness is the most important thing, bro. If life doesn't experience this beautiful universe, what even is there? And will the universe still exist if no consciousness experiences it?
I mean, it did exist for quite some time.
Yes, but like, do we know that?
True.
What if we feel the universe is there? When we stop feeling it, it ceases to exist.
It ceases to exist because, again, the pawns of the universe's entropy are no longer there. There's no longer.
It's so weird, bro. The moment all life on Earth, and if there is extraterrestrial life, the moment it all dies, we can speculate what will be there. But like,
we don't know.
It will lose meaning. Brian Cox said there's meaning. The word meaning comes because of life. We can give meaning. We understand the meanings. We give the word meaning. But the no consciousness, no life. The universe is empty unless the universe itself is one. It's one life, which again we call God. And then he might just reproduce it again, which is most likely what will happen. I don't think God will want a silent, lonely universe.
That is true.
He
needs more pawns of entropy.
he'll definitely make more life for.
I think that's what I'll stick with from now on. I'm not calling any Homo sapien a Homo sapien again. They are pawns of entropy.
And we are the best pawns of entropy.
Pawns of entropy.
The others don't do much.
The others Yeah, true.
It's so weird, bro. What's the point of all this? I think the best answer that I've come up with is that now you have to enter the religious point of view. The point of it is to liberate. Well, the Gita and all of Hinduism says you are a soul. Point of it is to liberate yourself from this material world.
That is true.
Maybe that is it, bro. I would hate for there not to be a God.
Yeah.
Even
true.
I don't know if there is a God or not, but I really want there to be a God. I love the guy.
Yeah.
I want him to be there. Please be there. I want to.
It doesn't matter how you look like.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I still love him, bro. We know Krishna. We think of him as God. He's still beautiful. He's still the embodiment of all of physics. He's the symbol of goodness.
That is true.
He supports goodness. He defeats evil. He's just a nice guy, bro.
Yeah.
I want him to be there.
He should exist.
Because the thought of me ceasing to exist when I die is terrifying, bro.
Oh, that was the thing.
I don't want to die, bro.
You know, that's why I loved so much about like the Avatar Krishna compared to like the rest. Yeah, is that out of all, Krishna showed like the most perfect man. Yeah, the ideal human.
Man.
Yeah, the ideal man. Because like I'm not saying Ram didn't show the ideal man or the Parshuram didn't show the ideal man. Yeah. But because like here's the thing, Parshuram went around killing Kshatriyas,
For a point. But
but he wasn't fueled by rage or anger.
Yeah, he was in complete bliss,
control,
bliss and happiness, and he was doing his duty. Yeah,
he was doing his duty.
But then Krishna just did some things with aura, bro.
You know, that's one thing that I like a point where I come to where. No a point. It was this question that someone had asked me. And it was like, it was not someone had asked me. I had one says like we always ask God for things. A lot of people like beg God for things. Yeah, and they always ask for things. You pray like, oh, I hope tomorrow is a good day. All that. Yeah, no one thinks of it as a conversation to him where you start by asking how are you. Yeah, no one thinks of it that way. Yeah, and someone was like, no, but like that would be undermining his divineness, such that he should always be okay. And then I thought about it like, but still, when Lakshman almost died, Ram cried. You should think of it as in, if you want to be the ideal man, you have some emotions, but you being the ideal man is you controlling those emotions.
You just brought out the best idea about religion, bro. Most people sadly follow religion, go to God every day to ask him about material things. God does not want that. He has made it clear, I think, in Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, all the religions. I'm not sure though, but he has to have made it clear that he's not there to grant out material things, bro. He is an embodiment of quantum mechanics, bro. He is the integers 0 and infinity. Infinity is not an integer. 0 is he's much more deeper than that, bro. You are supposed to go to God for liberation, not to ask him for liberation. That has to be again you, self-actualization. When you look at him, you look at him to get liberation. I don't think God helps anyone do anything. Because if he would be a helper, wouldn't he? And then also this idea, people hating atheists. You see, the problem is they assume God would hate atheists because he wants attention.
No, he wouldn't.
So like, the religious people who are hating atheists are like, they are saying God is an attention seeker. Why are you not giving him attention? So he will hate you. He doesn't care. You are an atheist and you don't believe in him. God doesn't hate you. He still loves you.
If anything, he'll just see you as a more practical individual.
At least you're thinking. That's why obviously the line we came up in the beginning: blind believing, blind doubting. Stay away from both of those. God, he doesn't care if you like him or not. He'll still like you back. So atheists who don't give him attention, they aren't bad people, because God doesn't want attention. He's beyond that, bro. He's definitely beyond that. He's a much bigger man. So people should stop hating atheists simply because they're not giving God attention, because God doesn't want attention. And most atheists actually are scientists, bro. They are furthering the causes of humanity. They are the ones God most likely loves more.
Because at the end, that's what it is. You're helping society. That's your duty.
Also, not to justify atheism, and also because there's so many examples of most scientists did used to believe in God. Einstein was a believer. Newton was a
big believer.
Yeah, was a theology professor.
He did
Einstein
a
used
lot
to
of
read
theology.
Gita. Oppenheimer used to read Gita. Yeah, see, there's this guy who said the more you study science, the closer you do get to God. A little bit of science will take you away from God. More science will take you closer to God. But then there's also this thing: closer you get to God, the further you get away from religion. God and religion are not synonymous, bro.
Yeah.
You have to understand God in terms of physics or any other philosophical view, but organized religion is that really the key to God?
Because that's the thing, religion changes with time, God doesn't.
Religion should initiate you into God, but then you should ideally, or at least I think, you should abandon religion. Now just chase God, You don't want to chase trivial things. And I'm sorry to say, but many religions have trivial things, including Hinduism. I am a Hindu, but I'm not just Hinduism might have trivial things. Hinduism might have trivial things. All other religions might have trivial things.
Wait, did it stop? It stopped. Hope it did stop. I did stop for a bit.
It's fine. We continue from there. You re-began, yeah?
Yeah.
So as I was saying, less science knowledge leads you away from God. But when you get into science more, you will get closer to God. But then, the closer you get to God, you get away from religion.
Yeah, that's true.
As I was saying, religion, all have trivial things. You can't even deny that. They have trivial things that might not make sense.
Yeah.
And that's probably because religion is not fully made by the God people worship. It's been conditioned by people, storytellers.
Yeah.
It's definitely been. Because all these books might have gotten conditioned and altered by actual people
with their biases.
Yeah, who are changing it because of their biasness. So at some point, religion initiates your path to God. You have to initiate your path to God there. Ignorance won't let you anywhere. So you initiate your path to God at religion, but then at some point you have to step away from trivial things of religion and just pursue things that actually make sense. Because for me, Gita, just the book of Gita, makes more sense, and it's so intuitive that I love it. And I can follow this whole book now. I might even just not follow any other part of Hinduism. Because why is there need to? If this is the recipe to liberate yourself, why do I need to? Krishna himself said,
abandon the teachings of the Vedas.
Abandon everything. When Arjuna was perplexed, he said, okay, you're too tensed because many things are occupying your mind. Forget all of them. Just surrender to me. All this knowledge I gave you, you'll be fine.
Yeah, like, that's what I was initially, or like, I was thinking about the podcast, There was this British guy, and he made a video about Hinduism, A lot of guys were pissed off about the video because he was taking it very lightheartedly. He was like, that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, And a lot of people got pissed, but he was being like, it gave me perspective, of, because I've grown up with Hinduism, I've been a Hindu for all my life, or for the 17 years of my life, It gave me perspective of someone who's never seen Hinduism, sees it and thinks practically, to dissect it, because he was like, okay, so there's the Vedas, and then they talk about Indra and the sun god and Agni and all that, and then comes the avatars of Vishnu, and then he talks about Shaivism, and then he talks about how no one really cares about Brahma that much, and I was watching through it, and I realized that he didn't talk about the Gita, and a part of me thought, like, if he did read the Gita, the whole thing, he would realize that the Gita just tells him, like, shun everything that he's talked about, and that all of these other gods, like Agni, Indra, the demigods, they are, optional, and like, okay, Shiva, Brahma, all these supreme deities that we have made out are just representations of a righteous thought, like, you think of Shaivism and how it's very much towards destruction, but again, that destruction is a controlled, it's not destruction, it's like you're controlling the urge, people will think of humans as we destroy everything, it's human nature to break things apart, and use the debris to make something. Yeah, it's in reality we're destroying the nature of wanting to create our own nature. Yeah, Shaivism and Lord Shiva in himself, the reason he's always meditating is because when he's not, he's destroying. Yeah, and it should show that if that supreme deity himself is sitting down and controlling his urge, yeah, if he's doing that, yeah, it shows that as us humans, we shouldn't neglect or like shun our destructive nature. We should understand it and control it. Yeah, and just like that with like all of these, like even the demigods, yeah, they don't show them to be perfect beings. Yeah, Indra was scared when King Bali was
took over or something.
When he was doing the yagna to take over, he was scared. Yeah, you wouldn't see a perfect being being scared. Yeah, it's showing that even these gods are just embodiments of a thought. Yeah, of a righteous thought. Again, like they were like the reason they didn't want King Bali to become like to
own the whole universe
was because he was an asur. Yeah, and asurs again are those who embrace their destructive nature. Yeah, again it wasn't like, even though I thought it was kind of racist, yeah, because they're like devas, asuras are bad.
What if one asur is good?
Yeah, Bali was amazing.
Yeah,
he would donate his to the people. Bro, like the reason I talk about Bali more is I have a lot of knowledge because we celebrate Onam, yeah, which is the Malu New Year kind of thing. Yeah, and that day is the only day that Bali asked Bhagwan Vishnu, like one day of the year, please let me come and see my citizens, see the people I was ruling over, and that day is what we believe is Onam. And he comes and he sees the status of everything. Yeah, that's what we believed. So because of that, I was thinking he with all due respect, like it was like I don't have the words to explain it. Yeah, because I was thinking about it, and again King Bali was the perfect representation of how you control your urges. Yeah, like you're known to be, or like your species is known to be, like the asurs are known to be bad. Yeah, they're known to destroy everything. They're known to taint divinity. Yeah, Bali was like a paradox. Yeah, he was that black dot of, it's like everyone else is doing this, but you just be yourself. You control yourself. Yeah, and the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I realized that's what every human should strive towards. Yeah, like even at the end when like his goodness, yeah, like was put into question by the demigods, by Indra. It was like no, he's an asur, he'll whatever, and then his next, even if he's good, his next generations will be cooked. Yeah, even while that was being placed on him, he did not falter even a bit. Yeah, he was like, Sawa, if that's what you guys think, that's okay. I'll accept it. Yeah, it's again your whatever of just being on the x-axis.
X-axis.
Yeah, he was like, okay, now you'll crush me, I'll die. Yeah, but I'm fine with it. It's like I've lived my life, I've done good. Like what I was trying to do now was just me trying to better my citizens. Yeah, I was trying to, move ahead. Yeah, go forward. And I was chasing that impossible path, even though I wasn't able to rule over everything. I didn't kill people to rule over everything. Yeah, I took a yagna. I tried to,
Yeah,
it was super cool. I was thinking about it a lot.
Yeah, so just to make it clear, we're both religious.
Yeah.
We both believe in God.
Yeah.
We both respect all religions.
Yep.
But we also acknowledge there are trivial flaws in them, in all of them,
all religions,
even our own. Because we're not we're not like those toxic religious people who are like, oh, my religious is right and right. That's just so dumb, bro. You can't be like that. There are trivial flaws, and we said they most likely came from biased people who conditioned the scriptures. And I love this scripture because I believe it's not been conditioned in any way. But there is trivial problems, trivial flaws that you can clearly see. Like you said, that white guy talking about Hinduism. He isn't dumb in his own perspective. He's just thinking critically. So maybe question all these trivial flaws, but still love a God. Forget all, if at one point you get frustrated and overwhelmed, forget all religion. Just chase God, the one singularity from which all of this came from. Yeah, because this they talk about this word called Brahm.
Brahm, yeah.
Yeah, and that, according to me, is the singularity from which the Big Bang occurred.
Yeah.
That point from which everything emanated.
Brahm.
Yeah, so think of a universal God, because I think he's there. I want him to be there.
He has to.
Yeah, but yeah, and then obviously these are the quotes. There's the God who created man, and the God that man created.
Yeah.
What if all the religions that humans follow are all created by man? Not that they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
What if they don't reflect exactly what God is? But they're still the initial path you need to take to reach him. So religion is still good. What if all of those are just created by man?
Yeah, you know, a good way to think of it is like an atheist, would not choose. Okay, we can think of you're one person, and there's just a huge plain, you're just on like a field of grass, and then there's a bunch of mountains. Your goal is to reach the top, and let's think of that top as God. There's several mountains you can take. An atheist would get resources and start building a ladder up. He's building off of what he has around him to go up. These religions are just rocks that who are piled up by people who came before you. They're unstable, they're jagged, but you would rather, they're flawed. But so it's up to you to which one you choose. In the end, once you reach the peak, you aren't really at the top. Once you get an understanding, even if you're halfway through, you've realized it's too shaky from here. It's your job to pick up your own rocks and go up. It doesn't make sense to blindly follow something someone else placed. But also, again, don't blindly doubt. So that's how I perceive it. Like, or none of them are wrong. None of the mountains you take are wrong. In the end, they'll all get up there. It's just that whichever one you take, you won't reach the peak.
Because people in the past thought differently. They had their own ideas, like we do our own. Our ideas are the combination. For me, the combination of the Gita and physics, that's like the best form of knowledge I've ever had, and I think I'll just continue this too. This will take me to the perfect liberation, detachment from everything material. For me, I found it. I don't think I'll even change anything anymore. Just this one book and quantum physics and all of physics, obviously. And you know why I love this book? For people in the audience who don't follow Hinduism or don't know, it's such a relatable and approachable book. One guy who had mental blocks, a dilemma. Everyone has a mental war in them. This one guy who can't navigate his problems, and then this guy comes in, Krishna. He solves it. And he says some cold, aura-full lines, and it actually makes sense. It's intuitive. As I've pointed out, some of the lines are going hand in hand with the principles of physics. So it's so nice. It's like approachable and relatable. It doesn't intimidate you. If anything, this one invites you to come and take Krishna's advice. Because everyone has a mental block. You have mental blocks preventing you from moving ahead. Dilemmas, the four sins regarded as in Hinduism: lust, anger, greed, envy. As no matter how perfect you are, you have to have these problems in you. And this guy invites you in a relatable, approachable way to come to him and get advice. It's so good.
True.
There's a reason Oppenheimer, Einstein all used to take inspiration from this book, and it goes hand in hand in physics. So nice. Perhaps all religions have such a book, so everyone should read such books, the one in your religion. In fact, I would also recommend, even if you're not Hindu, this book will not convert you. You should definitely read it.
Aim is not to convert you.
Whenever you see the word Krishna, just think of your God. And read it. It'll help you, even in your different religion, which is not Hinduism.
One thing I would suggest: never read the purports. The purports are the conditions that we were talking about. A lot of the purports are because the people who not wrote the book, but aimed to explain it. So Siddhant is calling me. Got it. Leave the guy. It's their attempt, their point of view of explaining it. You
can't hate on them. It's just everyone has a bias. So maybe try to get the raw one, the raw knowledge.
because again, like that's the cool thing about like the Gita. It allows you to get your own interpretation, such that that dilemma that Arjuna had, yeah, you can convert that dilemma and be like, okay, so Krishna's answering my dilemma. Yeah, and always, regardless of your dilemma, there'll be an answer.
There'll definitely be an answer.
Because
the key concepts of it, work without attachment to the results. So beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
It liberates you so much.
You know,
now I would sit a math exam with no attachment or worry of the results. It's like I have attained peace.
Yeah.
Do your duty. Just do your duty. It's not that deep. Krishna said to Arjuna, in some way, you're not the main character.
Yeah.
Don't worry too much. You don't have too much aura. Just do your work, bro.
Yeah, don't stress out.
Sit down, do your work. Don't worry
true.
about the results. Sit down, do your work, bro. Like, that's the best thing you can do as a mortal who is weak. You don't have too much power. So that's the best you can do. Do your duty, no attachment to the results.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about religion.
Physics.
We should talk more about physics, though.
Yeah.
Physics is so beautiful. Physics is like, physics, there's just nothing that compares with it.
Yeah.
I'd love to study, of course, I'd love to study physics. It's so nice.
Physics is nice.
Guys like Newton, so nice. Okay, do you know about the psychological problems Newton had?
Oh, Newton had a bunch of
He was a terrible person.
Yeah.
But the best scientist arguably the best scientist of all
He
time.
was very
And you can't even
egotistical.
hate on him for being a terrible person. And let him do what he wants. He changed humanity forever.
Yeah.
He had aura. We should definitely love him. And psychological problems. He had a bad childhood, that's why.
Yeah. I remember I saw whatever where he had pride. He had a pride that no one knew. I mean, initially no one knew where it came from. But after a while, like, his pride got justified.
I mean,
like,
the guy who invents calculus and discovers gravity should have pride.
Should have pride.
Bro invented calculus over a 2-month period of plague in London.
Yeah.
That's see, you've seen this video
Sort
from
of.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, all the things he did, and then he turns 23 or something.
Yeah.
Before turning 23, he does all this. And then there's also this line from a Veritasum video. A guy sent him a challenge. He published the solution without signing it. So he didn't say that Newton, I am the one who wrote the solution. But then the guy who had sent him the challenge and read the solution on a physics journal is like,
realize.
I recognize the lion by his claw.
Yeah.
Because it's Newton, bro.
Yeah.
So his pride is justified, but pride is not ideal. If only he had, I don't know, read the Gita or something. It's not bad. He still changed humanity. If there's a heaven, he still definitely went to heaven. He did more than anyone else might have ever done. Not ideal, but like, I think we have to appreciate nothing is flawless. No human can reach a perfect state. You can only move towards it.
You can, yeah.
Coming back to the quote, what are the greater purpose of life than chasing the impossible?
Possible, yeah.
The track is where you want to die running. As you're running,
You collapse.
cycling or whatever, you die when you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, really, bro.
Yeah, it's true. Wow. Yeah, the sky is nice today. Yeah?
The knowledge of physics actually liberates you so much.
That is true.
You really don't care about this human economic world too much. You don't want too much money.
Yeah, that is true, you know.
It's like, why do you want too much money?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even do economics, but I've been thinking about what money fundamentally represents. It's a token made by humans just so that it can be redeemed for resources. The money doesn't mean anything. It's the resources you can get with it that have meaning. And so if you have excess money that you can never even buy resources, why do you have it?
Yeah,
Not to hate on rich people, but more of it's the economic system might be flawed, but it's still the best one. A money system is still better than a barter trade system.
That is true.
But it's flawed. So many poor people will never get to study physics.
And so many people with all those tokens of resources are just hoarding it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
They're
no point.
earning interest, I don't know, believing that they're doing something, achieving something, when even they know they're not taking it to the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to ChatGPT or DeepSeek about it. He said, do you know how many Einsteins and Ramanujans still work on petrol stations?
Yeah.
Imagine if they had the resources, they'd get to enjoy life, they'd get to further humanity's knowledge.
Yeah.
It's a problem, bro. Okay, so somehow scholarships solve the problem for unis, but yeah, hopefully we get it, bro. I don't want to not do physics, bro.
Let's see.
So yeah,
This past few days, man,
money,
I wanted to do stuff.
people need to question what money fundamentally is, bro. It's just a token made to redeem resources. You just buy resources with it. It itself is like a token of value. When you have plenty of it, you're given value by other Homo sapiens. Fundamentally, that's what it is. Other Homo sapiens respect you. When they don't know the source of where you got it from.
You just have
not
a
even
bunch of
bad
resources.
sources. What if you inherited it?
But they respect you.
Yeah, it doesn't reflect anything you've done. Not to say that you're a bad person, but it's more like, yeah, did you do anything to get it?
There's no point.
But you earn the respect of pawns of the universe to help increase entropy. So I don't even want that respect. I just want to study physics at this point.
You just want to learn more.
Yeah. Get enough money to get into a degree,
Human.
do it, and then just have enough of this redeemable economic token to just buy food. That's all I want. Buy food, sustain myself, and do what I love, bro. Physics.
Yeah, man.
It's like life should be about doing one thing. Money is just a token to help you reach on the table desk. The money helps you reach on the table desk. Now you forget all about it. Take your pen and do your work. And
yeah. So for you, end goal, just work.
Yeah, and if I get enough money, I also want to travel the world. Who doesn't, bro? What if I win a Nobel Prize?
A Nobel Prize
award is $1 million,
and then
that's enough to travel the world, bro. I go alone. Africa, Alaska.
Alaska.
Everywhere. Maybe anywhere, bro. Maybe I go to space. It's beautiful, really.
I wanna go to Switzerland, man. Switzerland. I wanna
climb the Alps or something.
No, I wanna cycle.
And then I want to climb the Alps, bro. They have aura.
Yeah.
There's some peaks in the Alps that have
crazy,
that are tall and have aura. But then again, we don't think about the results. Just do your duty. You can think of it, makes you happy, but don't fixate on it too much. You don't want to fixate on your goals, on your results too much. Goals you want to, but you don't want to fixate on your results too much.
You know, this just came into my mind now. Yeah. You know PewDiePie. Yeah. He started off just making videos for fun. Dropped out of college. He was doing engineering. Dropped out of college. Just grinded whatever. Yeah. Found his now wife online. Yeah. Went to Italy, lived with her. Yeah. Continued doing what she loved. Yeah. Just making videos. Became the most subscribed YouTuber on earth. Had beef with T-Series, multi-million-dollar corporation. Yeah. And then had a son, retired. Now he's living life. He's doing he made some projects with a Raspberry Pi. You know, he was soldering, making his own stuff. Yeah, he's doing side quests. He's living in Japan. He from Sweden. He moved to the UK. UK is house flooded, so he moved to Japan. Yeah, moved to Japan. He's living there. Him, his wife, his son. He has not like he has money. Yeah, he still gets sponsored. Yeah, till this day for the few videos he makes. But now he's just like all that time he didn't do it for the money. Yeah, he just did what he enjoyed. Yeah, and what he enjoyed, like many people would debate, it's debatable. It's like, okay, he just made videos. Yeah, what did he contribute? But it's not a question. So many people, you'll be going through ups and downs, and you watch a PewDiePie video, and it just it like lightens. Yeah, you know, it's
that's a contribution to society. You helped other people prepare for work. Yeah. By making them videos to watch in the morning, get happy. Now they perform better at work. Yeah, it's crazy. Everything is a contribution to society. I think the economic system is good because it will reward that token of redeeming resources to only activities that have to happen. Maybe, but the economic system still allocates resources properly. It's not bad, but it's still flawed. The best, but flawed. There's many cases where the best thing is being implemented, but still massive flaws. True. So we can't do anything about it, bro. Yeah. We have to live in it. Yeah. Well, and okay, if the economic system doesn't let me study physics, I just go to the forest, buy some thick books, and do it on my own, bro. Do it on your own, and do it on my own. Self-study physics. The whole of it. Imagine if I do that, bro. And 5 years self-study all of it, and then I produce my work. It turns out to be groundbreaking. I come back to humans. I get my Nobel Prize, take my money, go travel the world. No, then travel the world and then die. Who cares about after that, bro? I have lived a complete life. Wow. Yeah, let's see, bro. We don't have to worry too much. There's this quote also. I think this one I'm even sure who said it. Some Ali philosopher from ancient Saudi Arabia has to be.
Mhm.
Isn't it? His last name ends with Ali. Most people live their lives fearing about the future. They don't even live in the present. Living in the
I think
present
I've
has to
seen
be
it.
very important, bro. You have to live in the present. This moment is all you've got.
Yeah, true.
Although according to physics, the past, future, and present coexist.
Simultaneously.
So like I exist in this timeline, but the part of me that was born is still occurring.
still occurring.
Not, I don't know,
and
it's
the
too
end your
complex.
death is also
I
occurring.
think Einstein said it, time is but an illusion. All the time frames exist simultaneously.
It's just that we can't.
We live in
experience
this
them.
one. The entropy of the universe keeps increasing. Yeah, I like to think of it as 3D. Yeah. Now it'll help you to think about how 2D Cartesian systems. Wait, what the hell? You know how 1D there is integer 0, 1, 2, 3, but at 0 now on the y-axis you can have any other number. So like time, so like from 1D to 2D you have to go like that. So from 3D to 4D it must be every point in space exists on an axis of time. So this point in space right here is on this point in the time axis, but this same point can exist and does exist on a different point on the time axis.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I get you that.
And that one is just geometry, bro.
That
So like,
also works together with like, when you think of entropy.
Yeah.
It's just that the reason why we very much don't go backwards, like entropy doesn't reduce, is because the probability of entropy reducing is
it's
so
too low, yeah.
So we can think of it, even though it's such a low probability, it is
it
an
does happen.
option. It does happen.
We know the multiverse. I think I believe in the. You know, physicists have a choice. Not that I'm a physicist, but quantum mechanics leads to many interpretations. A physicist have to choose one. It's like a culture of them.
Yeah.
You must choose one, and
And you stick with it.
not that you do research with it, but for your philosophy. There's the many worlds. There's the Copenhagen, and there's plenty more. I don't know. I'm not a physicist. So the Copenhagen says the electron wave will. What's the word? The wave collapses. Yeah, the electron wave collapses into one point. So like in the double slit experiments of electrons, it'll be a wave. It'll collapse into one point. But what about the other point? Why didn't it collapse there? So the Copenhagen says, fuck that point. The universe didn't want it. The many worlds says there's a universe in which everything happens. So there's a universe in which the electron collapsed on this point on the screen of the double slit. Then there's another universe where it collapsed here. The Copenhagen says it'll choose one, it'll just collapse there. That's it. Cry about it if it didn't land where you wanted it to. But the many world says there is one where everything happens. So, and I was talking with you one day. This thing I still remember it. I was like, there's a universe where I get a Nobel Prize. Then Yugi's like, what if it's this one? That's like
That's
the
crazy,
bro dropped
crazy
the cool
stuff.
line.
Yeah.
There's no reason, and I have to work hard for it. Obviously.
Do it, man. You can do it.
Yeah. Well, that's so cold, bro.
Yeah.
He said, "What if it's this one?"
Yeah.
I can
It hasn't
totally do
happened
it.
yet.
I can totally do it.
Yeah.
Everyone should pretend like this is the universe where all their dreams get
You come
accomplished.
true, yeah. Yeah.
Because there is no reason for it not to.
Yeah. True.
And if you don't, again, you died on the track. You died living your life chasing the impossible. You have no regrets.
Yeah. Lit.
Yeah. So, and then there is also this thing about work ethic, bro.
Yeah. Work ethic.
People
you
have
should.
to work a lot, bro. People have. Not that even I do, even I criticize myself. I don't work enough, but I have to start. Newton, a prime example, 18 hours a day for many days. 18 hours a day. He used to forget to sleep, eat when he's on I don't know, he has to be in the middle of developing calculus. Imagine no one knows the answer and he's doing something. He can't even get the answer from the textbooks. He has to produce it on his own. So he used to be stuck on a problem for 18 hours. Elon Musk, he says he works every waking hour.
Yeah. He would sleep at his factories.
However funky Elon Musk is, you have to respect him, bro.
No, I respect the grind.
He's taking man to Mars.
Yeah, that is true.
He has aura, bro. He's work ethic. And then this very awesome video of the guy who developed the blue LED, the Japanese guy. His work ethic also.
200 days.
It
was 200 or 100?
No, I think it was multiple years.
Years, yeah.
Every day, 12 hours. Every day, 12 hours,
Same
multiple
thing.
years, except the Japanese New Year day, for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Did you know how many hours that is?
It's a lot.
So you have to have a work ethic of, and for Form 6, I want to start doing 12 hours, 13, even more, bro. And you know Vrutik, that guy also has, Like he also does these long hour sessions.
Wow.
So we should lock in, bro. I cranked some 8-hour sessions from 5 exams. From 6 we go another type of mode, bro.
I need to do that.
And you feel happy
Yeah,
after having
afterwards.
done it. You're so happy. Imagine you take a Saturday, 12-hour session, do math, physics, anything.
Just choose one thing. And just
You're so
write
happy
it.
after it's
Yeah.
over. You're so happy. I would do a session for Form 5. I would do such a long session. Take my bike, do a round around these Uru Gardens, and just be happy, bro. Experience the true bliss in life.
Yeah.
And I would feel this is the peak. Life doesn't get any better than you feeling good after having worked. Happy. That's the peak, bro. It doesn't get
Yeah.
any better.
Well, I need to do something this holidays, man. I've not done anything much.
We just started holidays. P4 was 4 days ago. We'll start now.
We'll start something. Yeah, we have this
Yeah. 12-hour sessions, bro.
12-hour sessions. Yeah. So we can even record those if you want.
Ritik used to record them, bro.
Yeah.
He used to record study with me videos.
I never saw him posting them. Man.
Ritik motivated me to start studying more, bro. That guy had aura. I still talk with him, though.
Love with him.
So we need to crank longer sessions. Help us feel more like Newton and I don't know. Einstein. I don't know. Newton is the guy who's known to work more. 18 hours is
Einstein
mad, bro.
also worked.
Okay, everyone has to have worked, bro.
Yeah.
Einstein was rejected from Zurich Polytechnic.
Yeah.
He must have had such a setback. He must have worked even harder to get it again, and then revolutionized the world of physics.
Yeah. Just a guy working in the patent office.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had an idea one day. The universe must have given him the idea. Not to take credit away. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this. Einstein was so...
Give me a minute. Let me see. Oh, I think it's turn off.
I think it keeps turning off.
It's like
Yeah, maybe a limit.
yeah, most likely a limit.
Nice. So bro, Einstein, the aura he had, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He used to write down equations with things that are clearly look like a blunder. He himself said they're a blunder. And then 80 years later, in the 1980s, when they are going deep into astronomy, they find it's true. One of his
Blunder.
equations had a cosmological constant. He thought, what the hell is this? Why did this come up here? He thought it's his blunder. And then in the 1980s, when they developed more of astronomy, space science, they find out it was true.
Yeah, that
His
cosmic
equation
constant.
he wrote down in 1920s with no knowledge of that thing. He shows up and it's real. So he's ahead of his time.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's like he wrote, you can think of it, obviously it's not true, but you can think of it in a way that the universe changed to make his equations true. The universe loved him so much, it had to make him correct by changing itself.
Yeah, even though that
Maybe
didn't happen.
maybe that's not right, but like we can
it's a
think
good
of
way
it.
to think of
Yeah, the universe, which we have said that the alive form of the universe is God, loved Einstein so much it changed itself to align itself with the equations of Einstein.
yeah.
The universe molds itself to fit into Einstein's equations.
Because his understanding of the universe was so.
And then there's this guy Ramanujan. We lost a
great.
gem when he died early, but he was so good.
Yeah.
He was a deep Hindu. He was clearly religious. He definitely believed in a God, which is good. And the work he did was obviously revolutionary. But then he was also ahead of his time. His diaries have maths works that quantum physicists are now getting inspiration from. I watched this movie of his, the one that was cast, the one that Dev Patel played him, The Man Who Knew Infinity. At the end of the movie, they showed his diary, I think, and they said it had so many things that were ahead of his time. We still don't understand them, and quantum physicists are using his work. And he was a mathematician, not a physicist.
Also reminds me of like Gauss as a
Friedrich Gauss.
when he was like 9.
Yeah.
Where was it when he did the summation equation? Yeah, it's like at that point, like as a kid, he's not thinking about, oh, I want to make something huge. Yeah, he's just immersing himself in his curiosity. Yeah, it's like, okay, so I want to add 1 till 100 like each term. And so see, I just do this, and it works. Yeah.
Yeah, success almost always comes when you're not thinking that you're onto something big. You are immersed in your work. That's all. If you're thinking that you're doing something big, you're now your mind is occupied in that thought, not in immersing yourself in the work. You can almost, if you want to reach some such heights, never think that you're onto something big. You might not be.
Yeah.
You actually might not be. So just be humble and keep thinking, okay, I'm just immersing myself in this. Hopefully it turns out. Yeah, and the work ethic and the grit these guys had. Leonard Euler got blind, I think, at a point in his life. He still produced mathematics that revolutionizes the maths we use today. When he's blind, he's producing math. He's inventing math. He's not just reading math.
Yeah,
he's inventing math that we use today when he's blind. Imagine the grit. He must have had a super genius head, but you can't underestimate or undermine the grit and the determination. Yeah. It's just love for your work, bro. Newton, Euler, Einstein. I can name these guys.
Like
Planck.
That's what that's why I love Feynman so much. Yeah, Feynman to me, he didn't seem like that genius guy. Yeah, he just seemed like
actually Feynman had his IQ measured, and they used to say it's a average IQ.
Yeah,
he clutched.
That's why I always look at Feynman's teachings, and he's just had such a great understanding. Yeah, because he even though maybe like compared to the geniuses in his batch, yeah, he might not have been able to grasp it faster than them, but he grasped it more wholly than any of them ever could. Yeah, that's just cool to me,
It's the grit, bro. See, you saw the Instagram story I put.
I didn't see.
Feynman saying there's no miracle people. Of course, he wasn't a miracle people, and maybe even Einstein and Newton were it. He said there's no miracle people. It's just sitting down and working. It's just they got interested in this thing, a bunch of mathematics, a lot of time on your seat, thinking about electromagnetic fields, doing the math, doing the quantum mechanics. That's what it takes to become a scientist.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah, it's a popular video. I'll send you. I also did post it to my story because it was so nice. Because it says anyone can become a physicist. You don't have to be intimidated by guys like Newton.
Yeah.
Anyone can. You have to sit down and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think most of the best physicists are those that weren't that even though they weren't the best at what they were doing, they kept doing it.
Most of the best at anything.
Yeah,
you could generalize that for any.
At that point where most people would stop. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm never gonna make it in this field. Those guys who just continue a bit more or work harder at that point, that breaking point where most people just drop off. Yeah, that once you're, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're saying some basic things here. Everyone should know this. Keep working hard, don't give up, detach yourself from the results.
Yeah,
basic things. This one should be now on the top of everyone's head. Yeah, so what else? Do you have anything else to talk about? We've talked enough about religion, God, and quantum mechanics, not quantum mechanics, physics rather.
Yeah, we've talked for
1 hour 10.
1 hour 10. It's like 3 videos.
Yeah.
We'll see how many videos we can get out of this.
It's nice though.
Yeah.
It's good. And then there's other hobbies, bro. We also love. We love nature and shit.
Nature's lit.
I used to love this guy. Even I know you're a fan. You've posted him on your story. The outdoor
boys.
Yeah.
Outdoor boys.
We need to do something like that, bro.
See, he's retired now. He's not doing anything.
Exactly. Such things are fun.
But yeah,
exploring the world is fun. That's why it's also on my bucket list. After physics, I want to travel the world. Such beautiful places in the world, bro. Alaska is beautiful. Alaska, Africa is also very beautiful. But Africa, I see it as home. The lions, the giraffes, the rhinos.
We see them every day.
Yeah, and for me, it's like this is now home. I swear I'm Indian, but I don't identify more as an Indian.
Yeah. Well, you're more Kenyan.
Yeah, I definitely identify more as Kenyan. This is home for me. This national park here, it makes me feel so nice. So this is home, but then I think Alaska is one of the more other prettier places in the world. Alaska is now somewhere you'd go for holiday. So nice. From grizzlies, polar bears, and then northern lights.
I think that's what makes it so beautiful. Yeah, it's such a harsh environment where life thrives in it. So
not really Alaska. It's Arctic, which is too harsh. Alaska is still green and nice.
I mean, some parts of
okay, the topper parts, the bottom parts you've seen out there. The green nice parts are nice. The tundra, these berries, that one feels so nice. And then when you go closer to the Arctic is harsh as hell. You just have polar bears, seals, walruses.
But you know, it's also so cool, you know, because even in those harsh whatevers, life thrives. But like arguably they thrive more vigorously and more brightly than in abundant places. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, then there's Siberia, Russian Far East. Siberian tigers dominate there. That's also a dead, cold place, bro. It's so bad there for life. It's almost like a desert. Still, life thrives.
Yeah.
So I also love exploring the planets. Our planet is beautiful. David Attenborough, he made his last documentary. He clearly said it'd be so good if we leave the oceans alone. The oceans are capable of thriving on themselves. I know humans fish, but I don't know, some way just leave the oceans alone, they will thrive. We have done plenty of damage to that's a big wasp.
I'm not sure.
Mommy.
Is he coming towards us?
No.
What is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't that big. It's not a bee.
But it's a wasp.
Like this. Keep recording.
It's a natural moment.
Natural.
I think it's good.
Let's go and let me know.
They're actually invasive. They want to attack anything.
Guys, wasps suck.
Party Raji. So as we were saying, David, I don't know, I'm not the big guy, but David Attenborough said the oceans, we have done plenty of damage to them. If we could just leave them alone, they will definitely thrive. And he also said the oceans he thinks they're the most beautiful part of the planet still. Oh my days.
What does this wasp want?
What the hell, bro?
Please go away.
We have to shift places.
That's how we should.
You can lift it wall, yeah? I can get the phone and it's bad. Wasp. No, just go. Okay, now I take.
Yeah, lock it.
Wasps are not good.
Yeah, invasive species wasps.
Yeah, we do not like wasps as much as we do bees. Bees are nice things, but wasps,
Let's see. I mean, this also.
This will suffice, bro.
Yeah. Let me see. Excited.
It's so fun, bro.
Yeah.
Holidays are too boring. We need to make a podcast.
Yeah. Oh, it's here too.
It's not that one. Just sit down. Forget it.
It'll be fine.
It's
so empty on these days.
So as I was saying, we need to protect our planet, bro. That's like a given. That's like a basic thing, bro.
Yeah.
We must. As we've said, life on Earth is too precious to fuck up, bro. We might be cooked if we keep going on destructive paths, bro. Plastic, climate change, overhunting. We might be cooked, but we need to. We are not the big guys. We don't have any authority, but
yeah.
Hopefully, some enlightened minds get into conservation.
Yeah.
We need to conserve this planet, bro.
You know what? Yeah, those are the guys I respect. Not as much as guys who go towards physics, yeah. But guys who
it's not. But you might even respect them more than scientists. Yeah, they're still doing something beautiful, bro. Conservation is still important, bro. We have cooked so many species, bro. Rhinos, tigers, cheetahs. We have absolutely small and made the numbers so small it's actually scary.
Yeah.
We keep farming the Amazon. Not good, bro. Not good. We can't do much, but yeah. Hopefully they do something.
We just need to talk about it more. Yeah?
Hopefully this beautiful planet doesn't die out of life. We have enough time to move into another planet until the sun bulges into a massive red ball. We take with us all the other samples of all the other animals. We can set up ecosystems on other planets. It'd be very nice, bro. Humans need to think with nature. You see how we want to go to Mars. I don't think many people also think about how we should also take animals. We should. We shouldn't be selfish to just take ourselves, bro.
Yeah, there's no point in
We have to
that,
respect the nature that gave birth to us, take them with us, and try to set up ecosystems everywhere else.
Ecosystems like Earth.
Yeah, we if humans get advanced, we have a lot of power, bro. There's probably species that are intergalactic, control the whole galaxies. We'll keep going into the future and cook, bro.
You know, when I first read that whatever was, they said that humans currently, we're almost a type 1 civilization. Yeah? I genuinely laughed. I said no.
That's
no
the
way.
one that controls its whole planet.
Yeah.
We haven't controlled our planet for shit, bro.
That's why I was laughing so much. It's like, no, humans haven't controlled anything. Yeah.
Type 1 is planet, type 2 is the stellar system, and type 3 is galaxy.
Yeah. And type 4 is that not universe, sorry. That
a local cluster of galaxies.
Yeah. So the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I realized that even though we haven't controlled like everything on our planet, like you can't control an earthquake or a tsunami. A type 1 would be able to. So when someone was like, we've reached 0.7, we haven't reached 1 yet. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that the ability to control that comes now. That's where physics, newer physics understanding will lead us to. So like the more and more we understand about base particle systems and how it interacts with each other, the new particles and all that will be. I can't relate it now. Because my understanding of it is so little, but I'm 100% sure we'll reach a point where we'll be able to translate that to a larger scale. That's the fundamentals, bro. Physics is one of the main things if the human civilization wants to increase on that type scale of type 1, type 2, type 3. You don't even have to explain it to anyone. It's pretty self-explanatory. Physics is essential, bro. Oh man. So I think we should wind up then. We talked about the importance of God, physics, and we said coupling physics and religion and God is the best thing. We said we respect all religions. People should not be toxically religious and blindly believe their own religion. Take sources from everywhere. That's the best thing. Don't be a blind doubter or a blind believer. Physics, God. Respect the environment too. We have to protect everything. Work ethic. Newton. Newton's a god, bro. Love Newton. I might even start worshipping Newton, bro. Newton had aura. And then he'd hate me. He was a hateful man. He would hate most people. He'd hate me if he saw me, but he still had aura. Newton, work ethic, and then we talk about basic motivation that people see on Instagram reels anyway. But it should be at the top of your head. Keep working, no attachment to the results. Die on the track. And you should read the Gita. Anyone from any religion, this book is goated. It's so good. As I use the two words, relatable and approachable. Like it just invites you in a nice calm way. No intimidation. No intimidation. And Krishna helps you, bro. He enables you to do everything. See, sometimes you forget yourself. Arjuna forgot how great of a man he was. He was the best warrior in the world. We forgot it. He lost the motivation at that point. Lethargy is the bad thing. Started doubting himself. Krishna said lethargy is terrible. So you need a Krishna to keep reminding you of what you're capable of. That's all. Keep questioning everything. Take time. Everyone should take time. Sit in a garden like this. Take some wind, sunshine, and think. This thing is bad, guys. Just stay away from it. Stay away from it as much as you can. Even though it gives you dopamine hits and temporary pleasure, you know it's not good. Question the universe instead of scrolling Instagram. Even though you're thinking wrong things, who cares? We don't know what's true yet. Quantum mechanics says everything is correct. In one universe, everything happens. So clearing your head after sitting down in nature and think about the universe, think about yourself, self-actualization, looking within,
And that's also one of the biggest things Krishna
Yeah.
says. You have to look into your soul. If you want to die and be liberated, you can't have just lived in the material world. You have to recognize your soul, question what's in there, and once you've realized yourself, and there's no theory, you have to learn to realize yourself. It's so intuitive. Just question what you are, who you are. And once you realize yourself, you're good for after death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, we'll shoot more podcasts.
Yeah.
We'll get more guests perhaps. Hopefully this one motivated you
Yep.
and was nice,
The first one.
informing, enlightening, educating, and just chill. Yeah.
The first of many, yeah?
Yeah, so we'll meet and do more.
Yep. So that's about it.
Very nice.
We'll end it for today, I guess. Okay, bye.
Bye.